Okay, let's get started off with the first question. Now, studies have shown that COVID-19 is more deadly in patients with heart conditions. Can you explain to us how the coronavirus affects the heart?
Okay. I think, first of all, I think we are in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic, right? I think, everybody is actually quite scared, and I think everybody is actually quite, quite anxious about, how do we fight this COVID-19 pandemic. And I think, first of all, I think before I start on how it affects the heart, I just want to mention that we still have limited data and also literature on how do we manage and how does this COVID-19 actually affects the whole system of the body, especially the heart. So I think some of the things that we are going to discuss today, might change. Okay, might change in terms of in the next couple of weeks, or week, or months, or even days in terms of when we have more data. But when you actually look at specifically in a heart, okay, so the heart can be affected in several ways. Okay, it mainly is actually affects the indirect way of the heart muscle. So basically what happens is when someone actually being affected with a COVID-19 infection, there are some patients who actually has a minor symptoms, for example, fever, flu-like illness, and shortness of breath and chest pain, but some of them will actually develop complications. So during these complications, they may have respiratory problems, yeah. So they may develop acute respiratory distress, and during this respiratory distress, they will have problems with low oxygenation, and also causing all this low oxygenation problem may lead to multi-organ failure, including affecting the heart. Okay, so the other way is actually during the virus infection, some of these problems with the virus infection, systemic problems can actually cause systemic inflammatory response to the body. And during this systemic inflammatory response of the body, it can actually also affect the heart. And this actually causes heart failure, basically. So there are some other causes, for example, the more direct causes, which what we are a little bit more concerned is to see whether this virus can actually affect the heart indirectly. So, for example, causing viral myocarditis. So this is something that it's started to be evolving. There are some cases that has been reported elsewhere to see whether patients whether it's possible for the virus to actually actually causes problems to the heart directly, basically.
Right, and this seems to kind of fall in line with recent studies in the US, seeming to indicate that COVID-19 can even infect healthy heart muscle. So is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So I think there's recent data, data from China, data from Europe, clinical studies and clinical cases actually shows that this virus can actually infect the heart muscle directly. We still need more information to understand this process, but I think the hypothesis is actually that in our muscles, okay, our all healthy muscles, there is a receptor which is the ACE2 receptor. And this ACE2 receptor actually binds to the virus. And when the virus binds to this ACE receptor, and this ACE receptor is primarily in the lungs, and there are some also in the heart and also the other tissues of the organs in the heart, in the body. So when the receptor binds to the virus, it will actually enclose the virus and actually puts the virus into the cells, causing the infection. And this is what we are worried about, and it may lead to what we call a viral myocarditis. And of course, we need more studies, more clinical cases to actually look into what is the actual consequences of this viral myocarditis leading to complications. Because what we worry about is the complications of the infection, that is associated with the heart.
Any indication so far then that heart patients could be more susceptible to getting infected with COVID-19?
Okay. As I said, we have limited data, but then some of the experience in China and also in Europe actually shows that patients who have heart disease, especially coronary artery disease and also hypertension, actually are a little bit more prone to develop COVID-19. Okay, so the only thing is we're still not sure why that happens. because usually if patients are immunocompromised, okay, so immunocompromised is if their immune system is down. So there are specific patients, for example, heart transplant patients, that we put them on immunosuppression, a medication to reduce their immune system. Yes, they are actually more prone. Okay. The other thing is, if they have heart disease with other systemic illnesses, for example, diabetes, which actually make them a little bit more immunocompromised. So this, yes, there is increased risk in terms of the development of COVID-19 in these patients.
Should heart patients then take extra precautions to protect themselves from getting infected?
Yeah, I think the answer to that is yes. I think because everyone without heart disease or with heart disease should protect themselves, especially our heart patients. I think yes, definitely. Social isolation is important, and also hygiene is also very, very important. That we expect our patients to adhere.
Right now, so far we know that adults are more susceptible to contracting COVID-19, but do kids face a higher risk of infection if they have a heart condition?
Okay. Yes, I think if someone has pre-existing heart condition, they seemingly to have slightly higher risk of getting infection, both in in children and also in adults. Yes, I think the answer to that is yes.
Okay, and now with the MCO, the movement restriction order and all that, many of us are stuck at home, very few opportunities to go out and get exercise and all that. What do you recommend we do to stay healthy and to stay fit, especially those with a heart condition?
Okay, I think we have to agree, everyone, that social isolation and distancing is actually the paramount way to actually break the chain. I think we have to do that. So I think most importantly, I think during this time, I think the key is actually to try and look after yourself. So personal hygiene is very, very important. Number two is maintain that you have a good nutrition when you're at home, and also regular exercise. And sometimes it's actually easily said than done. But I think when you're at home, when you are secluded yourself at home alone or with your family, I think you have to just ensure that you prepare healthy meals. Okay, so so you can cook a healthy diet, less sugar, less salt, especially in patients with heart disease. And the other thing is, you have to ensure that you go onto a regular exercise regime. Okay, I know it is very difficult to do some exercises in at home, but then you can do all sort of things. You can walk around the house, You can also do some activities with your children or your family. And currently there are many exercise programs available and online and also in the television. I think that is good enough for our patients, really. And the other thing is, workout exercise is important. You need to keep reminding, sometimes, you should have at least a calendar or anything, a timetable or something like that you put in your house to gently remind you that you should actually be doing some sort of exercise, while working at home, or being with your children, really.
All right. And then lastly, before we go, what other advice do you have for specifically heart patients out there during this pandemic?
Okay. I think first of all, I think it is very important to continue taking your regular medications. Okay, because some people are scared to go out, and they actually maybe they finish their supply of medication, which is not right. And I think you have to continue your regular medications. Don't disturb whatever has been started before. So if you don't have enough medications, please go and get it outside. And the other thing is, of course, if you do have to go out, during this social isolation, it's also very, very important for you to protect yourself. Okay, number one, a mask is very, very important. You have to do regular hand washing. And the other thing is, of course, you avoid meeting people who have symptoms. People who has cough and stuff. You have to avoid yourself. And the other thing is, you also have to make sure that you keep a distance from one person to the other. So it's not to say that heart patients cannot go out at all, but they can do, but they have to ensure that they are safe, first of all. And the other thing is, of course, good nutrition, exercise is actually very, very important. And the other thing is, try to keep your mind healthy, because a lot of people at home, and sometimes social isolation can also be quite disastrous, because people can go into depression, and sometimes they can lead into stress, and it is good also, for our patients to have contact with their family or friends through either social media or through telephone or internet. Really, I think that's my advice.
Right. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Azmi. That was perfect.
Thank you very much.